There's an art to getting your butt kicked. You can see it in any kung fu movie. It's the first big fight that shows you how outclassed the hero is, where a dozen goons beat him up and he barely escapes with his life and has to recover while learning the skills to come back and kick butt later. Ideally, if you're following the kung fu formula, you stay stoic throughout the fight, bleed dramatically from somewhere on your face, and above all, never stay down when they knock you down. That's not as easy to follow in real life, especially when one of the goons punches you in the back of the head as you're walking to your car after school. I hit the asphalt hard, skinning my palms and chin and dumping pens and junk out of the pocket on my backpack that never stays shut. That didn't bother me as much as almost biting my tongue in half, though. Blood flooded into my mouth. "Get him, Blaze! Show that loser what's up!" Blaze kicked my backpack, and the momentum turned me over to face him and the crowd of kids from our high school who were always following him around. "What happened to kicking my ass, Grody?" Blaze sneered. "When does the beatdown begin? I'm ready when you are. Or was that all just talk?" Actually, it had been about 90% talk. Earlier that day, during third block anatomy physiology, we'd been dissecting frogs. By some unlucky trick of the draw, I got paired up with Blaze. Cool rich guy, good at all the important sports, liked by all the girls, and friends with all the other jerks in our class. Except today, Blaze hadn't looked very cool after Mr. Megan plopped our frog down in the dissection tray. Blaze had looked like he was about to barf up his lunch. His face didn't get better when Mr. Megan told us to use pins to stick our frogs to the trays, as shown on the smartboard. So, I opened my big fat mouth. "I'll do all the hands-on stuff if it makes you sick," I said. For the record, I wasn't trying to be a jerk, I was just offering. It didn't occur to me that what I'd said could be misconstrued as making fun of Blaze until I heard Hannah giggle in the seat behind us. "Are you seriously going to puke, Blaze?" She and her partner, Isabel, did that girl laugh thing together, and Blaze's face went from green to red faster than a string of color-changing Christmas LEDs. Hannah held her frog up by a back leg. "It's just a little dead amphibian." "I don't give a crap if it's dead or alive," Blaze said. "I'd chop this thing up into little pieces, no sweat, if I hadn't been partnered up with a trailer trash pit stain over here. His stench is making me sick. Do they not put showers in single wides, Grody flake?" 1, my grandpa's trailer is a double wide. 2, I didn't stink. Blaze was just being a douche to take the attention off looking like a wuss. And 3, I should have punched him right there in class. But when I get mad, my mouth starts running. "It's Grady Hake." I started pinning down our frog's limbs like I didn't even care enough to look Blaze's way. "If you can't remember my name, it's probably because you've got brain damage from all the drugs your mom did while she was pregnant with you. Drugs my dad sold her. Not for money, though. Probably why you suck so hard. It runs in the family." His right fist twitched back like he wanted to knock my teeth out right there in front of Mr. Megan and the school security cameras. But guys like Blaze don't stay at the top of the food chain by being stupid. "You better get a police escort back to the trailer park tonight, Pitstain," he growled. I shrugged. "I can kick your butt without their help." That turned out to be a lie. By the time I climbed back to my feet and picked the biggest pieces of parking lot gravel out of my palms, I'd already figured out I was going down. Blaze had been taking taekwondo at the Y since middle school, and he wouldn't shut up about all the tournaments he'd won. I'd never been to a martial arts class in my life, just tried to pick up what I could from movies and YouTube. Besides, nobody brings an audience if they think it's going to be a close fight. I let my backpack drop and put my hands up. It hurt the road rash on my palms to make a fist, but it'd be better than breaking my fingers. His buddies went crazy. They really wanted to see me get stomped, which made sense considering I'd insulted every one of them at one point or another. You get pretty good at verbal defense when you're the only kid in the school whose dad's in prison. Blaze grinned and bounced around with his hands down, coming at me with little jabs, then bouncing away. I took most of them on my forearms, keeping my fists in a high guard. The blows weren't heavy. I would have thought he'd hit harder than that, but they barely stung. Then, suddenly, I saw my shot.